What's up, y'all? It's Doe and Mo back with another episode of the Rooted Life podcast. We're so excited to be here again with y'all today. Episode 2 of the newest season. If you don't know, we're two best friends. We've been best friends for over 15 years. And we've been running this podcast for like 6 years together, helping women thrive in their life and relationships, really just so that we can all glow and grow in our relationship with God, ourselves, and each other. We're so excited to be here today.
And this season, we're talking all about change. We know change is inevitable, but still it can cause us to crash out. And we don't want y'all crashing out. And we don't want to crash out. So we want to give you the tools and tips necessary to navigate change in a healthy and a holy way. Last episode, we kind of talked about why we even decided to do a whole season around change, what we're excited about, what we're hoping God is going to do through this episode and through this season. And so if you didn't check out last episode, go check that out. And today, we're talking about relationships, which is not a surprise because our whole brand is basically built around that. But we've gone through some changes. Doe kind of referenced it in our first episode. So we kind of want to dive into some of those changes and kind of share with you all in real time how we're navigating those changes. So I guess what glows and grows or?
Yeah, well, before we get to glows and grows, we're super excited to share that we are launching our relationship card game, Pulse Check.
Yes,
and if you are ready to support, we're ready to have your support because we're launching our Kickstarter campaign. The link is in our episode description, but Pulse Check is a relationship card game designed to spark meaningful conversations, to build deeper connections, to help us do more of this, more FaceTime, more growing and glowing with each other. And so we're going to be using questions at the end of each episode to kind of ground us so y'all can get a little taste of the game. But we can't wait for y'all to have that because we've been working on it for a while.
2 years.
Yeah.
But who's counting?
Who's counting?
Who's counting?
So, okay, glows and grows. Let's get the show going.
Okay, grows.
Yeah.
A lot of grows. Just playing. I think my grow is not allowing my job to impact my joy and mood after work.
Okay.
And I think one of the things for me is just like having a really good routine after work of like go for the walk, go to Zumba, go to the gym. Because sometimes like when work is hard, sometimes my whole evening ends up being thrown off because work was hard, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's a choice I'm making. So I think the growth for me there is to continue to establish really strong and healthy routines so that I can bounce back, like we talked about from the last episode, and not allow my whole evening to be difficult or challenging just because I had a challenging work day.
Yeah,
so I want to keep working on that.
Okay.
I think the glow is obedience looks good on me.
Oh,
I don't know what to tell you. It looks good on me. And I think just being in a church where I feel really grounded and really seen and been given opportunities to see my own gifts and to use my own gifts and people to speak into my gifts in a way that I've literally never had. So I think the glow is being grounded in a Jesus-centered church and feeling like I have opportunities to grow and thrive because that was an area I didn't have for a while. Yeah. So I think that I'm just feeling very grateful for my church. So that's my glow.
Oh, yes. I love your church for you. You really be thriving over there.
I am thriving.
You really do be thriving.
I'm like, wow. Okay, Jesus. What
about
you?
My grow is I just be doing too many things at the same time.
Okay.
Maybe y'all can relate.
Yeah.
Too many things at the same time. Which like something, I'll be working on something and then I see like a Slack and then it's like, oh, I switch over to that thing. And then I have a thought about another thing that I was halfway doing. And so I always have just like literally on my laptop and in my brain, multiple tabs.
Too many tabs.
Running at the same time. And so I remember you saying something actually about like choosing to kind of enjoy one task at a time. And so I want to start trying to do that. So it's like, okay, if this is what we're doing right now, this is what we're doing. And so that is my grow. So I'll report back and let y'all know how that goes.
Report back.
Report back. My glow, though, is that the fitness routine. I mean, the consistency there, baby, I'm like maybe 8 months in of like consistently running every week.
Wow.
Fasting on a weekly basis, being mindful of what I'm eating, incorporating Pilates and stretching. And I'm like, oh, talk about what looks good on me. Okay. The workout routine. And so I just feel like, dang, it was a struggle for a very long time. And so I just feel really grateful to be like, okay, I think I kind of unlocked the code for myself on my fitness routine. So yeah, boom, glows and grows, done.
Good. I'm proud of us as always.
So proud of us.
I'm always proud of us.
Okay, so today we're talking about relationships.
Okay.
One of our favorite topics.
Truly.
We've talked about
this. We do it a lot. We're obsessed.
For the last 6 years. Different iterations.
Angles,
friendships. And then this.
Singleness.
Yeah, we love it. But why from a perspective of change? Like, why do we think relationships are important to talk about as we're thinking about change specifically?
Yeah, I think because our relationships change, but I've always feel like I'm caught off guard when my relationships change. I'm like, what? No. What we had, you gonna go get married now? What? Who gonna take me on trips?
Please.
Who's gonna pay when we go to the movies?
I've been saying, not your man.
Who's gonna fly me out? I'm not getting flued out anymore. I told your husband that. I said, I'm actually really upset because I'm not gonna get flued out anymore. And I'm upset.
Annoying.
And then you were like, or you could find a man. I said, oh, yeah. But back to the topic. I think
I'm dead.
I'm just surprised when relationships change.
Yeah.
And then at some ways I feel resistant to the change because I'm like, let's go back to how it was. But I think there's something to be said about leaving room for the relationship. We talk about it, but in practice it's actually really challenging.
Okay.
And so I think there's something to be said about being open to seeing the change in relationship and being open to like shift accordingly for that relationship to continue to grow. And I think for me personally, I'm just thinking about how I'm balancing right now that a lot of my relationships, they're changing because those people are going through changes. Like you got married, through my other friends are like about to have their first child. And I recognize like, oh, a shift is about to happen. So I'm really working now to figure out like, how do I protect my heart? Because I know that's still tender for me because I want those things. At the same time, I want to be there for my friends. I want to be their cheerleader. I want to be excited. And so I've been talking to my therapist yesterday about like, how do I find that balance of being there for them and also protecting my heart in the process, which I think is a real challenge as you get, I was going to say in your 30s, but I think anytime things are happening in your friend's life that you might, want to happen for you. So I think that's why it's important for me. And I think also just having something God is really working with me is like having a mindset shift. Like it's not a scarcity mindset. There's enough for God to do something for them and for me. He's a God of abundance. And so I think also it's important for us to have a shift in how we see God, that there's enough good that he can do for all of us. Like he's not going to withhold a good thing from me. Those are my reflections.
No, those are really good. I was thinking about like as we're changing how most times I feel like it's easier to just kind of avoid.
Yeah, it is.
Which is why I think the conversation is so important, because otherwise we just pretend like it's not really happening, even though like we know that change is happening, or we know that like something feels different in a relationship, or like, oh, we're not spending as much time together, like what's that about? But then we don't necessarily just say like, hey, I feel like we're not spending as much time together, like what's that about? And so I think just creating space for the conversation around the changes, and then hopefully giving people tools to be able to like navigate some of those things. I think the communication piece is probably the biggest thing for relationships that can either draw them closer or further apart. Just getting more comfortable being like, I love this, the hot reference, humble, open, and transparent. But just really getting more comfortable being open in conversations with our friends, with our family, with whoever in different relationships as we're undergoing change. And I think that's what saves us sometimes from the relationships slowly starting to just unravel to the point where you don't even recognize it anymore.
Yeah, because that happened to us.
Remember
when we almost stopped being friends? Because we weren't communicating.
Because we just didn't talk to each other. Which is crazy because it's just kind of like, it feels like a given.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of scary. I think that's
scary.
What it is. You're afraid of how the person's going to respond to whatever it is that you want to share.
Yeah.
You want to be sensitive to people's feelings. There's just a lot of like, makes you sweat.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Very cringy.
Our God got this fan on me because, it just makes you sweat.
Feeling uncomfortable. Moving on.
Yeah.
Thinking about relationships and change. What has surprised you the most about this change? And how do you think it's influencing the person you're becoming?
Well, I think what surprises me the most about the changes in relationships is how there is like a tension between wanting to give support in relationships and wanting to prioritize yourself. You kind of just talked about this, but like that's surprising to me because I think I am a person who naturally, it's easy for me to support, show up. Like I'm known as the host. It's like, y'all come over, we're having game night, we're doing this, come to my pool, all these things. And I think that like as you begin to change, your relationship even with yourself changes. And so it's like realizing that I need a little bit more for me, so I don't have as much to kind of give and pour into my relationships in the same way. And then reconciling like mentally how sometimes I'm like, dang, am I a bad friend now? Like, and I think that's hard too, of just being like, if you only have 24 hours in a day, you got to get sleep. You know, you need your own routine. Now being married, it's like, well, I can't be at the house just like doing my own thing. It's like I ain't talked to him all day. So it's just like trying to carve it all out and not internally feel like I'm kind of failing in all the relationships. It has been surprisingly like harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah. That's good. I'm just kind of meditating on it. And you're someone that's used to like thriving pretty easily.
Yes. Particularly in relationships, I'm someone who's used to thriving. And I don't really feel like I'm thriving right now in them. I feel like I'm holding on, but I don't necessarily feel like they're like swell.
Yeah, and maybe that goes back to what you're saying about a routine. You just haven't found. It's not that you're failing. You just haven't found the new routine yet.
Yeah.
Just a new routine.
Good shift in perspective.
Yeah.
Look at
that. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Look at her.
What surprised me? I think I'm surprised at how insecure change makes me. I'm not somebody who's typically insecure, so I'm surprised at how little change makes me feel like a little girl again. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, am I up for this challenge? Can I rise to the occasion? Like, can I be a good friend in this? Can I be a good, like, it makes me feel so small and so little. And I'm just caught off guard by that, because that's not a sensation or experience I have often. I'm like, I feel really little and very unsure of myself, and I don't walk in life like that. So I'm like, wow, I feel very unsure. I'm doubting my ability in a way that surprises me about change in relationships. But I think the opportunity there is then his strength has to be made perfect in my weakness, because I simply don't. I keep telling him, I'm like, I don't got it. I don't got it, God. Okay. You know, I'm sure somebody can relate. I'm like, I don't have it. And so I think that is the opportunity there. Like, that's what surprises me. But then that is the invitation that he's like, all right, lean on me. Let me show you how to navigate this. Let me show you how to create that routine. Let me show you how to show up in this season in a way that is honoring to God, honoring to yourself and to others. And so I think that's the opportunity there, but I'm constantly caught off guard with how insecure change makes me feel about myself and my relationships. Like, is that relationship strong enough now to go through this new iteration? I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's a really honest and hard question. Like, and I think most relationships are, but they just require us to engage in a different way in order to ensure that they do actually last through the change. And I think that's the part that's new too, because it's like, oh, we haven't gone through this. Like, oh, I knew how to like navigate when you moved further away, or like, oh, you're dating. But like now it's like, oh, well, now you're married. So like, what are the rules now?
Yeah.
Like, how does that go? So yeah, no, that's really real.
It's almost like starting over again in the relationship. You have a strong foundation, but now you have to like, you already had your things.
Yes.
Now you got to start over again. And you're like, am I up for starting over again in this relationship? Because now that like I have a friend that's about to have a baby, I'm like, can I text her late? Or like, what are the new rules now? I don't even know. Like, do I hit you up? Do I say the baby can come? And then my homegirl's like, girl, the baby can stay at home. I need some time. I'm like, dang, but I want to see the baby. But you need time away from the baby. So it feels like we're starting over again in a new way. And I'm like, wow, this is a little bit surprising, because we had a good thing going.
But that keeps happening.
It
over
does
and
keep
over.
happening.
Yeah. Because it's like, we had a good thing going when we were 18 in Atlanta too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like now we're 33, 34 in DC, trying to live like a whole new life. And so it can just be overwhelming.
Even with your family, I'm thinking about like, as your parents get older, how the relationships, I'm like, did you call the doctor? Did you do the thing? You know, like even seeing how those relationships shift and keep asking something different of you. And it's like, as soon as you get used to that role, you're being asked to do something new, and you're like, well, I like doing that other role. I just got good at it. And now you get asked to, but then maybe that's the beauty of growing with people, because then you can have so many new iterations of that relationship and iterations of yourself that allows you to grow and the relationship to grow. So it's like, it's scary, but again, there's another opportunity there to discover something new about yourself in that relationship that you would have never discovered in that old iteration.
Yeah, it's all.
Oh wow.
It's all the process.
Oh wow. I'm having some reflection.
What would you encourage? What would you say to be encouraging to someone who's navigating? I think like a similar change that you referenced, in like, I want to be there for people as they're going through these changes, and also I want to protect me. And so, what kind of encouragement would you give to someone in that space?
I'll tell them what my therapist told me.
What they say?
She said, you have a scarcity mindset. Well, she asked me a question. She said, you know what mindset that is? I said, I don't know, fixed. She was like, no. I said, at the same time, we said scarcity. she's like, you're making it seem like God doesn't have enough to bless them and bless you. That's why jealousy is coming in. I was like, I didn't know I was going to get it read.
Ooh.
That's why you're feeling jealous, because you don't think God can be good to them and you. Can he not do both? Noted. And that's why I pay her the good money. So I think my encouragement would be that God is so big and so vast and so good and so faithful that he can be good to them and be good to you. He can bring the child, bring the husband, bring the promotion, bring the job, and still take care of you. Like, he has not forgotten about you. He has not taken his hand off of you. He is not leaving you out. He is still being faithful. I think our job then is to look for his faithfulness and goodness in this season, not in somebody else's life, but focus on how are you being good to me in this season today? How can I find your faithfulness today? How can I be obedient and align myself to what you're doing in my life today, instead of focusing on what everybody else is doing? And then ask him, God, help me. Really, I feel like that's the prayer I pray more than anything. Help me protect my heart, but help me also be a good friend and show up for my friends, because they deserve that, and I want to do that for them.
Oh,
yeah,
that was so sweet.
Yeah, heartfelt.
Yeah. I think the encouragement I would give to someone who might be going through a similar season that I kind of talked about, where everything is changing at the same time, particularly in your relationships, is just to remember to prioritize you. Your relationship with yourself behind God is the most important one, because it actually impacts how you're going to show up in every single relationship. And so I think just remembering that it's okay to say no. It's okay to change. It's okay to be like, yeah, actually, I don't want to do that anymore. And as you are changing and like giving yourself grace, give the people around you grace, because if it's new to you, then it's definitely new to them. And so they're like, wait, so we can't do that no more? And I can't do that with you? And so just be patient with the process, and be okay with like saying no, stepping back, and reserving that time for yourself so that you can continue to show up. I think the other thing that just kind of popped into my mind too is like your relationships, your value in your relationships is not defined by how you're showing up in this one moment. Ooh. And so don't reduce yourself to right here, That's right good. Now, where things may not be the best, and you may not have as much capacity. In your relationships, you've built enough equity over time, and people will be great. They will be gracious towards you, and then just remember to be gracious towards yourself too.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, you've invested enough in your relationships that if there's one season,
that's what I was,
when it takes you a little bit longer,
reminded me that I'm like,
it's okay. You've been a good friend.
I'm failing
for 15 years.
No, that's real.
It's
that's
okay.
Real. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, and I think that pressure for perfection is, that's self-imposed pressure that no one's actually asking you to do anything. No one's actually asking you to do everything perfectly.
No, everybody's actually
I think they love you enough to just like take whatever you're able to offer.
Yeah.
And appreciate that.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean that.
Round us out. What's our
so like we shared, Kickstarter, Post Check, fund our project, help us. Help us. Jesus, help us, and we need y'all's help too. But we said we were going to wrap up each episode with one question from Post Check. So the question today is, what do you hope to be different about your life in 1 year?
In 1 year.
Yeah, so summer 2026.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's put a little date. You know what I mean? I feel like that helps. Yeah.
I hope that I'll have a routine, I will be like just over a year married, and we were joking before, but I'm like, right now it's just like who's doing what, when are we, like, who's waking up right now, like what is happening, just being in the same place at the same time. It's like, who's gonna grocery shop, who's doing the cleaning. We're all over the place, and that's okay, because it's literally it hasn't even been 1 week together.
Wow.
It's fine. It's fine. But my hope is that a year from now, it'll just be like, okay, we got some kinks worked out. Okay. And now we're feeling good about where we are, and we have an established routine. So I'm just excited for that. Okay. And all we'll learn along the way.
So much.
Yeah.
And then tell me so I can put it in my back pocket.
Yes, please. So I can set you up for success.
Please set me up for success.
That's how it goes,
I had one thing prepared, but I think my answer is different now.
Okay.
Big surprise. I feel like God has been pressing on my heart heavy preparation, like over. My therapist mentioned it. I'm like, how you get in this? I mean, I was in my quiet time. Now you looped in? Okay. So I'm excited to see in a year what he was preparing me for.
Oh,
and who I'm going to become as a result of being obedient to the preparation, because we said it before, like I said it before, like preparation is good stewardship. And so I'm excited to see in a year who I'm becoming as a result of being obedient to preparing however he's calling me to, which looks like prayer right now and shifting my mindset are the two things I have so far that he's given me. So I'm looking forward to see what he's going to do in a year. Like there's some things, if I got a little boo, got a little man, that would be great.
We won't be mad at
that
it.
Would be great. But the bigger overarching is like, I'm just excited to see what he's doing, because I see that he's up to something. So I'm just excited to see what he has in store for me.
You be saying them song titles.
What I just say?
In the last episode, you kept saying Good Company. I was like, that's Jordan.
Yeah,
and then
you love
this
that
episode,
album.
when you said, which one did you just say?
I don't know.
What he's done.
Oh.
I'm like, that's definitely like elevation.
Tell me you sing in church without saying you sing in church.
Like, she a worship leader. Come on now. But yes. All right. We love y'all. Thanks for joining us. We want to remind y'all to support Pulse Check.
Yeah.
It's in the description. Be sure to click the link there, and you can have a little copy at your own house and engage, strengthen your own relationships with us. And then make sure you sign up for our newsletter. We drop little tidbits, little tools, extra things there. Go a little bit deeper than we do in our conversations here, so y'all can sign up for that as well.
Yep. And then if this episode blessed you, feel free to share this with a friend, a colleague, a neighbor, maybe a friend that your relationship is shifting and you're not really sure how to talk about it. Maybe you can send them this episode and say, hey, can you check out this episode and let's grab some coffee and kind of unpack it together. But we hope this episode is a tool that blesses you and encourages you. And as always, we love y'all. Stay rooted.